Hey everybody! Did you hear that? It's The Walking Dead, Season 5, Episode 1. I'll pause that for you. So I know how you forget about that. Let me feed my little... Gotta feed my cat. Oh, you. Alright. So, I have been seeing a reoccurring theme throughout social media and or people's lives. I'm not centered on the bed and you're gonna have to get over that. Oh? Okay. That's... Now that I pointed it out, you're not gonna let it go. It's fine. Why is everybody getting married? And why is everybody getting divorced? It's kind of making me upset. Like, there's this one YouTuber, TikToker, and I didn't really have a problem with her. I mean, if she had a video that popped up at like a story time where she's talking about something and then I'd watch it, and I tried to follow her, and then her content just got annoying, so I stopped. And she was married to some dude, and you know when you get those feelings, you're like, oh, you're a couple? Oh, you're married. Oh, that's not gonna last. I don't want to be that person. Like, I'm not gonna be like commenting that, but I'm definitely gonna be thinking it. If I'm being honest. And then guess what? Months without her being on my For You page, guess what? The first video comes up of hers. Yeah, me and Blue are getting a divorce, and I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, oh, called it. I called it. Who said that? I did. Well, I didn't say it to anybody. I did. And then I opened Instagram this morning, and it was just a Millie Bobby Brown post, and I didn't think anything of it because she always posts pictures with her boyfriend. And then everybody in the comments was like, congrats. I was like, what? Then I looked at her hand. Oh, what the fuck? She's getting married? You know, and I was talking to myself about this. I was like, why are people getting married? It's like, that makes no sense because getting divorced is so expensive. And I was like, oh, wait, it's... You know what it is? Rich people don't have to worry about getting married because they can afford to get divorced. That's exactly what it is. And that other chick, the TikToker, she got married really young too. And everyone in the comments was like, that's what happens when you're married and then your brain fully develops. You realize you're not happy. And I'm like, yeah. You know, I think more people should get married in their 30s after they've been dating for 10 years, because by that time you've already been through the thick and thin with each other. You know the ups and downs of your relationship. You might as well get the tax benefits too. You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, if I wanted to throw my life away, I would just get married. Yeah. I mean, if I was rich, no, because like, I don't know, having more than one wedding is kind of iconic. Because it's like, yeah, I did it once, I'll do it again. But like, I want my wedding, if I'm rich, then it's like, I would only want to do it once because I want to spend all my money on it. I don't have to do it again. And then I don't want to if I'm getting married to somebody I actually love, I know everyone's like, it won't matter. Like, if you have a ceremony or not, like, you can just go to Vegas. I'm like, no, we're going to Disney. Like, we're throwing the $100 million Disney wedding because I love you and I want everybody to know it and that you're mine and you belong to me now. That's what I'm trying to tell people with our wedding. And I will not be exchanging vows in public in front of my family. That's embarrassing. That's humiliating. I'm not doing that. Side note. I don't want to talk about that yet. Never mind. We'll save the side note for later. So I just want people to get married when they're old. Like, let's come on. Like, what Jenna and Julian did, that is how you're supposed to do it. Come on. It's just so like, oh. Because you can't tell them because they're in love and you just gotta keep quiet about it. But then you want to judge them, but you're like, but if it were me, even though it never would be you, because you would never be that stupid to get married so young. But you know, they're rich and they've got all that fame. They're just ready to give it all away. I just like, the only reason I could think about getting married young is for military benefits. Like, only reason. And then you get divorced, like, it's whatever, you know, it's the military. Like, yeah, I think you do need to wait until your brain's fully developed, because technically you're still a child, in my mind. Literally in my mind. Still a child, so yeah. And then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, and I hate that people are like, they're in love. Are they? Or are they just making a rash decision they're gonna regret in 5 years? You know what I'm saying. Anyway. Oof, I'm getting tired. Yeah, I just thought I didn't want to do a little Minecraft. I wanted to play a little Minecraft. I've been really stressed out. I'm going to Vegas, baby, next week. And I have 2 essays due and like 3 unit assignments, and I just found out I had to give a 10-minute presentation in a group. You know what pisses me off about presentations? Who cares? Who cares? That's how I feel about presentation. And then I've noticed that like the size of the room determines on whether or not I have a panic attack during my presentation. And it's so freaking weird. Like, sometimes I'll be in a room and I'm like, oh my god, like I can't do this. And other times I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. Because if I feel more enclosed and safe, like if I'm like in a tight little bubble, it's fine. But if I'm in a big room and it's huge and like I feel like there's like, I don't know, like it's just like all out in the open, no, I freak out. But the class I'm in now, that's the presentation in with a group, honey, they better pull their weight. Because I'm not. Sorry. I had to, it's in my anthropology class too. Of all the classes, 10 Minarunos? What the fuck? We're doing it. And I did the easiest ones, I'll be honest. I did geography and food production because the other chick in my group, she wanted to do the ones I kind of wanted to do. You know what I mean? But now I'm looking at it and I don't want to do social organization, economic organization, religion, history of archaeological research, and general information. I don't want to do any of that. So I'm doing geography and food production. So let me tell you what the... Oh my... Assyrians. It's Assyrians. Their locations in northern Mesopotamia, which is modern Iraq. And then it says their empires through Asia, which is modern Asia Minor, which is modern Turkey, down through Egypt. But there are so many different sources, I can't tell you which one. And down through Egypt. Did I say that? I can't remember. Their type of environment is semi-arid, which means it's dry with rain seasons. And let me tell you something interesting. Their cool seasons are through November to April, which makes up 90 to 95% of their annual precipitation. And because of that, for 2 centuries, they had high precipitation, so they expanded their empire and their crops and brought more people in because they could feed them. And then until the mega drought. Ooh, did that mega drought wipe them out? Yeah, it encouraged urbanization, expansion until the climate shifted and they all took them out. Woo! But their major agricultural, or you know, sometimes when you think about speaking and you just want to stop, so you stop pronouncing the words right. Cereal crops, barley, flour and beer, fruits and veggies like grapes, and they use canals to carry the water. They dug canals to carry it because you know it's a semi-arid, because it's a dry climate there. No ushy gushy there. Arca, that sounded okay. Is distilled from. They made beer, then Arca, A-R-A-K, AK-47, which is distilled from grapes and dates. Could you imagine the nasty feat they had to pummel that stuff into making to make it fermented? In rural communities, they traditionally brewed wheat beer and wine. Yeah, that's what I said. And that's all I have to say. But let me show you the rubric. But you must make sure that the sources are credible and academic. Your presentations need to be college level. The fuck does that mean? I feel like I'm 12. Leave me alone. And then the main chick who's running this, she's running our group, and I'm scared of her. And I don't know if the other chick really knows her well, but they're both like anthropology geek freaks. Good for them. I don't understand what's going on in this class. And I had to take another anthropology class to get into my religion and witchcraft class. Like, you're stupid and fuck you. Yeah, she chose the template. I don't know how to use Google Slides, and I don't know what they want me to do. And so I had to get it done a week early because it's a 2-week thing, because we only meet once a week. So I'm like, oh god. And now I kind of want to be like, maybe I should play hooky. But then be like, my flight got delayed, so I'm not gonna be in class Monday, which is the day we're supposed to present. Maybe I'll just do a little voice recording. But I'm not gonna do that because I always make excuses. It's so much easier to make excuses than to just get it done. Like, my life would be, everything would be so much easier for myself if I just wasn't afraid of giving presentations. So I'm just gonna not be afraid of it anymore. You know? I think, we won't talk about him. Now I'm like, well, maybe I just need more self-confidence. And I'm like, even people who have really good self-confidence get embarrassed sometimes, and I think we need to realize that. We need to wake up. Wake up! So I'm just gonna remember that, and I'm gonna remember that even the most butt fucking ugly people in the world could also be the most confident. And if there aren't butt fucking ugly people in the world who are confident, I'm gonna be the first one. Yeah, yeah. So, whew. Or hopefully I get sick. I don't know. You know when you get sick, but it's not enough to like wipe you on your ass, but you know it's coming, so you still have to go to class. I get that all the time. But I'm like, well, maybe is this sickness really wipe me on my ass? Or is my pain tolerance just really high? Because at the end of the day, I'm exhausted and like I can't move my body. But it wasn't like that at the beginning of the day. So I don't really know what that means. It happens a lot. I think when like, especially when I was at home and that would happen, and I would just be like, well, I'm like, it's not enough. Like, it's not that bad. So I'll just go to school, and then I'd take Dayquil, and my dad'd be like, "You sick or something?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, kind of." Because, what are you doing up? I'm like, well, like it's like every time any man in my family who gets sick, they are bedridden. They literally are acting like an 1800s woman having a modern day depression episode, and they putting her to bed rest. Like, that's exactly how they act. Like, when my dad got shingles after my mom did, like a few years later, and my mom let him have it. He made her go get the medicine herself. She was driving us to school and shit, and the second my dad gets shingles, he is bed stricken to the couch. He has to watch all his favorite shows. He can't move. He's eating them popsicles. He can't get out of bed, you see. It was literally insane. My dad was like a big baby. And I genuinely believe if you can bring life into this world, you got a better pain tolerance than half the population. I'm saying you are stronger, you are better, and you are more equipped and evolved to deal with situations going on in our lives. And that's just how I feel about it. I want people with penile to imagine imagine the most painful poop you've ever had. Multiply that by 100, and then and then imagine that you could almost die from it. That is maybe a fraction of what it's like to bring life into the world. And I hate how men are so like tired of women talking about that. I'm like, if your hole got stretched to oblivion, you would not shut up about it either. I'm just saying, like, you can't tell me you wouldn't. Like, I've also been watching Walking Dead again because I can't stop. And I have a problem. I don't want to talk about it yet. Oh shit. I just want to talk about that.